We're gonna do it on the. We'll get up to do it.
Let's all do it.
Absolutely.
Just think of it as help.
The happy choristers. Hey, Mukhtar, come in. We're gonna do a song. You can join us. Come on.
No more the merrier.
Come on, Mukhtar. Here we go. Simple.
Well, 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 night is a calling, spirit is a moan.
Okay, we'll all do it. Oh, we're gonna.
She
Oh.
need little sisters for the sick.
Wait, is there going to be? Is the silly parade going to happen?
They're waiting for us.
So this is the Silly Subud chorus.
This is a silly
Remember now, charter members. Silly Subud chorus.
I see no future
drama teacher also, and he told a story about his daughter that was very, very touching, and I was so jealous that I vowed that first is by just simply being what I am, and here it was coming back to me, and so I suppose the moral of the story is your children are you, and you are your children, and this is what can happen. So anyway, I would like to now, without further ado, introduce our next performer, Mifta McNeil, who is going to read some poems for us. No? Okay, there's been a change. One of the Silly Subudians has come up and said that Silly Subud will be next. So I don't know what form it will take, but I only have a name. Silly Subud will occupy this space.
Wait a minute. Actually,
Here's the historical note.
Melinda. Yes. Actually, we had an official welcome. We wanted to welcome the chief of Silly Subud. We wanted to give her a hat.
Now, the history of Silly Subud is all right here. So silly that even though I wrote it and lived it, I don't remember it. I'll just give you a few little high points. Silly Subud, you may think was invented during this past year when everything was like so depressing, internationally speaking. However, the real Silly Subud started in the 1970s in Greenwich Village. This is the real truth. And my silly husband and I and Daniel Pinkwater, who some of you know, Lizard music. The Hoboken chicken emergency. Fat Man from Space, he wrote all those. And he had already discovered that Subud was a very serious thing. And so in order to keep him in Subud just a little bit longer, we invented Silly Subud. Now, as time went on, we developed a structure. And we had conferences. Now, Disneyland and Disney World on Wednesday, July 22nd last year. You guys are like,
Melinda, I feel constrained to amend the history because I told Melinda just today that in the 70s, this was unbeknownst to the rest. We were not connected with Silly Subud and the rest of the country, but Lorenzo Music wanted to start a drama society of Subud members called the Silly Buddy Drama. And that was quite, he didn't know either. So
Now listen, you know there's this guy named Moose Jaw Chafetz? Any of you guys know Moose Jaw Chafetz? Well, about the time he wanted to join Silly Subud, I felt that we should explain our delegate system. The delegate system, very long, very silly.
Somebody explain.
Now listen to this, guys. Here is the delegate system for you. There is a delegate for every 4 people. We drew that number out of a hat.
2.
Delegates are chosen by spelling bee. You missed out. Spelling bees are like silly. Well,
Listen up now.
wait a minute. This is silly. I can't see this. Oh, here we go. The delegate who can spell the most silly words wrong wins. Okay, got that? I know you guys want to copy this. Now, the delegate's job is very silly. It is his responsibility, carried out in as silly a manner as possible, to make sure that all the members he represents get to the Congress and that he pays their way. That's pretty simple. This is silly because of course nobody could ever possibly do it. Bus fare, right? Okay, wait, let me see. Okay, so there's no voting because none of the delegates have ever gotten there. Because the only delegates who get to go are the delegates who have made sure that all their constituency gets there too. Got that? So we don't have to vote because there's no delegates there. It's very peaceful. Very peaceful. Okay, wait a minute.
That's pretty silly.
I'm starting to feel a little strange and weak, aren't you guys?
Yeah.
I think we need like a song.
A song.
A song.
A song.
Turkey song. And he's going to lead us in our theme song.
This is Blame It on the Turkeys. And I will sing it in the original Russian, which I learned in. I see turkeys hiding in the trees, red-eyed turkeys swinging in the breeze. I hear turkeys and oh Lord I see, red-eyed turkeys staring straight at me. Turkeys in the trees, swinging in the breeze, hanging by their horrid scaly knees. Turkeys swinging grimly in the breeze, do not give my poor heart any ease. How that horrid water swing and sway.
He is like really silly, guys.
Takes my breath away. What's the man to say? Turkeys hanging, dangling in the gray. Everybody, gobble, 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 gobble. Horror, 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 horror. Endless days and nights, a turkey trouble. Yes, it's getting very, very clear. I have got the hearted turkey fear. Turkeys in the day and in the night fill me with the dreaded turkey fright. Turkeys in the trees, swinging in the breeze. Help me, help me, help me, help me, please. I will tell you something you should do.
why the beautiful turkey scares me so. Every place and everywhere I hear turkeys murmuring soft and low. I hear turkeys murmuring and I know they know what is what and what is so. There's no hope for me at night sky. From my dreaded tragic turkey fate, light is growing dim, eyes red-rimmed and grim, turkey sitting on my garden gate. Everybody, gobble, 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 a turkey trouble! Worse far worse than toes dread nevermore. Ah, the turkey scratching at my door. So I fall and beg on bended knee. Turkeys, please go back into the trees. Turkeys, give me peace. Turkeys, give surcease. Heaven help me, they've been joined by geese. Exhaustive research on the rubber chicken, and through my research I traveled through dusty libraries of Europe. I spent years at the New York City Public Library and tapping every available document of evidence and the silly use of the, as the French would say, poisson de rubber. I discovered in the London archive the rare treatise, quote, The Lost Cult of the Plucked Chicken, or Egyptian Poultry Cults. A search party was sent immediately to find and open the tomb of King Chip. And we discovered the very secret chicken cult. This was the first evidence of the use of the plucked chicken as a form of adoration and adornment. As we follow through this search, we find the next serious evidence appeared in Italy. After extensive search of the Roman antiquities, we were led to the Sistine Chapel, where through the use of the latest scientific scanning devices, we're startled to find the image of a plucked chicken, never before seen by the naked eye, hanging from the finger of God. Confirm to us the spiritual practice wearing the plucked chicken.
And one more time, a little bit of birth history. Is this only well, this is without Jewish history. Mr. Lemberger.
When I was a small boy, Brooklyn, this is a true story. Around the time of our New Year, occurs every year, my grandmother would take the chicken, and for this occasion, she would swing it around my head. The reason was because because it said in the Bible that every year at this time, you take a goat. You take a goat, and all the sins that you committed during the year of the whole nation will be placed inside the goat, and the goat taken, lifted, and thrown off the cliff where it belongs. But we didn't have goats. And besides, it was much too heavy to lift in the kitchen. We got on that no less. So instead, we take chicken, we pluck the feathers. I remember being a little boy, 4 or 5. Grandmother would come and swing chicken. This custom is still done today at many places in Los Angeles. Around the New Year. Certain families. Then the chicken, the poor chicken, is taken to the slaughterer, where it is slaughtered, and then given to the orphan. This is true story, and this is true history.
Together. W-H-O-L-E. Okay. Now, the idea is that the first player goes onto the stage and begins to perform an action that could be either animal, vegetable, or mineral.
Stand up to me. You think we can let him do this?
I'm just explaining the rules. Nothing to do with play. So, it's like, so what is it performing part of a machine? It could be a heart, it could be part of a human organism, but whatever it is, the next player.
I wanted to do just 2 songs, and they're one of those old American songs that everybody probably has heard of, but probably not too many people even know the words of it, and I know it took me at least an hour and a half to learn it, so I'll do that first. Since I can remember what the song is. This is Harlan McWillis. Oh, care not harm itself, but
This is Michael Ulmer.
Last year clear from the Men drinking beer with the foam of lotus, lay, order, long. Oh, lady, order, leo. Oh, lady, order, lay. Oh, lady, order, leo, eh. When little girl with a pale pink coat when little girl in a pale pink coat lay, she ordered back to the lonely goat lay, long. Soon her mamma with a gleaming gloat lay, what a duet for a girl and a goat lay, long. Oh, lady, order, leo. Oh, lady, order, lay. Oh, lady, order, leo, eh. Happy birthday, lady, oh, lady, oh, lady, soon the duet will become a trio. Lay, long. Order, lay. Order, lay. Order, lay. Order, lay.
This is Dahlan Foah from Atlanta, Georgia, being interviewed by Rochana Camp on the 8th of June, 1987.
Am I on the air? Am I live? Good afternoon. Yes, sir. What can I tell you?
Dahlan, what is it like being an ex-chairman of SES?
Well, it's not so much the ex-chairmanship, which is of value and note. It is rather the present freedom and unencumbered life, which is really what I'm rather ecstatic about.
We've been hearing stories about your wild life in Atlanta. Can you tell us anything to confirm or deny these stories?
I stand on the Fifth Amendment.
Also, we have heard that you are friends with some people of a radical group in a place called Skagit Valley. Have you ever heard of this place?
No, sir. But where is that near? Is that near Bellingham?
That's correct. Our information says that's true.
There is a small group of cultist lunatics, which I must admit I was very close to for many years, so I found out quite how radical they were. I guess I better make a clear statement and open up. I can tell you their names are like the little dog, the Dachshunds, and I really have nothing to do with them anymore.
Dachshunds?
Dachshunds.
This is a type of a dog you're talking about.
That's right. They used to worship the Dachshund, and that's how they took the name on. They have something about name changes that, they change their names in relationship to whatever they worship at the time. And I think their chief dachshund was called Portia Dachshund, and the leader was of this spiritual group was Kathy Susanna Dachshund. It's a very sad story, but they are doing modestly well. They've had a small following of 4 or 5. They're all very little people, the 4 or 5, but they'll eventually get bigger.
Physically?
Physically little, yeah. Well, one I hear is about this high probably, but haven't seen him since he was this big. But the other ones are still sort of short, Now Susanna, I've heard, is probably grown up now. And then there's the old Jewish fanatic fringe that she merged with, and that's how this new subsect of the cult came about. Is there anything else I can tell you about this group?
If you were to see these people again in your present life, what would you say to them?
Well, there used to be a secret signal which Eli, the father of the organization, invented, and due to his various cross heritage, and it's Shalom, y'all. That was our signal of recognition.
And what language is that?
That is a neo-encryptic language made of various etymological roots, basically Yiddish and Southern.
Well, thank you, Mr. Foah.
Thank you. And
this has shed a lot of light on this.
Thank you.
Really,
and don't let the authorities know about this group. They're basically harmless. And, you know, say hello to them for me.
Name is and where you're from?
Rochana McCormick from Indianapolis and other parts of the world, but I'm living in Indianapolis.
Yeah. And can you tell me how you feel about the way the Congress has been going?
Whoopee! Oh! At last we got a few things straight. It's wonderful. One of the best Congresses I've ever attended.
And how's your lobby time?
All the time.
Anything special this Congress? Notice any differences?
Yes, I noticed that Subud is developing a sense of humor from the right place.
Okay.
God has a sense of humor, and now finally we're catching on.
Thank you very much.
All right, bye-bye.
What do these two people have in common?
We're having a harp-to-harp conversation.
Right. There's another common factor that runs between these two people. What is it?
We wear glasses.
Right.
We've got totally pure jiwas.
And a good sense of humor.
These two men are some of the very few Subud people in the world who have ever done Ladihan in Atlanta, Georgia.
You have
That's
to?
true, yes.
When?
In fact, I was at this person's opening.
At his?
At his opening.
He was open.
Right, and I drove across the United States to get there.
Oh, God.
I mean, I didn't know that was why they were driving across the United States.
If you had known, you probably wouldn't have gone.
Well, I know he was a very nice guy then.
Oh, he was.
Right.
What happened? Ladihan take over?
Well, it had improvements to make on it.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Right.
Why don't we all go back and form a new group in Atlanta?
Stranger things have been known to happen.
Please state your name, where you're from.
It's all yours.
My name is Harlan McWillis. And where am I from currently? Los Angeles.
Thank you, Harlan. Do you have any comments to make about the Congress?
It's a great Congress. And I also have dubbed it the Congress. Oh, it slipped my mind, I'm sorry. I guess it shouldn't be on tape.
Thank you. A nice young lady to interview.
Oh, no.
Tell me who you are and where you're from.
Well, I'm Faridah Young, and I'm from Marin County in Northern California. Mellow Marin.
Yeah. This is one of the California people.
Right.
Former flower child.
And hippie and beatnik.
Now, I hear that you communicate via MCI. Can you tell something about that?
I want to get some of
Well,
these,
I don't know too much about it because I've just gotten on this network. But I hope to develop my communication with the MCI networks. I think it's a very valuable tool for networking, communicating, conveying information, and finding resources and all kinds of things.
Now, we have heard that you are going to tell your life story on this network.
Well,
True?
my life story may require a faster computer transmission than I have because it's going to cost me too much to do it on the equipment I presently have. But I'm upgrading.
Give the appearance, I should say, she gives the appearance of always being happy.
how you feel about the way the Congress has been going.
Well, I feel wonderful about the way the Congress is going. My Congress experience has been wonderful. I attended almost no meetings, no workshops. I did 2 Lani Huns out of the 6 or 7. I had a lot of nice conversations in the conversation area in the common room here, and some late night sessions talking with people. Met a lot of wonderful people from all over the country, renewed old acquaintances and friendships, made new ones, and for me it's just been a wonderful experience, enjoying the lawns and trees and pleasant atmosphere here. Everything that I wanted the Congress to be, which was, I had no expectations of anything.
How do you feel about the future of Subud?
Well, that's an interesting question. In fact, maybe I should move over here into the corner because I don't want to block anybody who might want to be going by. The future of Subud, all right. It's a mystery in many ways, the future of Subud, but my personal feeling is that Subud is on the brink of a spiritual chemistry or charisma. Actually, the world is on the brink of a new charisma or spiritual chemistry that will probably bring, hopefully, God willing, a flood of people into Subud, new people, young people, and in fact they may become the majority, so that the older members, most of whom, many of whom we've seen here during this Congress, will be quite outnumbered, will become a minority. And at that point, I think with new blood and fresh air and young people, that Subud will begin to grow and develop in a way that we can't even imagine at this point. I'm looking forward to it, and my attitude personally is open the doors and hand it over, say, here, it's yours, the Lani Hun, the Subud houses, the congresses, the structure, the organization, and go for it, do it.
It was really good seeing you again.
This lady, yes, Simone Feldman is an old veteran here, and she agrees, she feels the same way.
We met in Hawaii in '69. She stayed in my house, and her son was my little daughter's first boyfriend. He was 4 and she was 3.
But they kissed in the garden. And they're both beautiful young adults now, Rainer and Mariana.
Feldman, Mariana Feldman.
And Rainer Brock Young. And both opened.
Yeah, Mariana was opened in England when she was 17.
And Rainer was opened in Marin at the age of 18, although he doesn't come to Lani Hun regularly. He likes to do Lani Hun with Bapak whenever he can get around him. But those old fogey helpers down at the Subud house, he's not too keen on.
And Simone, how do you feel about the way the Congress has been going?
For me, it has been the best experience I had on any national congress. There were no crazies, no upsetness, and there was great harmony. There was a feeling of love which I've missed for the past years in our brotherhood. I think we were all invited here, all the ones who came were specially invited, and I'm very grateful. It gave me new hope for Subud.
Thank you, ladies.
You're welcome.
And I could even do one workshop.
This is Gene.
Hello, young man.
Hi.
Gene, what's your name?
Gene, what do you think?
Can you tell me why you're sitting here behind this table?
Because I like to sell things.
Do you think you will be a merchant when you grow up?
I don't know.
A businessman?
I don't know.
Do you think you might have your own store someday for selling things?
Maybe.
Did you have fun doing this?
Can you tell me what your name is and where you live?
My name is Gene Malshaker. I live in St. Louis, Webster Groves.
Can you look at the cameras? Thank you very much.
Jean, what did you think of all the people who were your customers while you were selling things here? Did they treat you nicely?
Yes.
Yeah.
Most of them were pretty nice.
Were there some of them that weren't very nice?
No.
No. All nice, huh?
Can you give us a big smile?
Yeah.
Well, Patrick?
Yes.
How do you feel about the Congress?
How do I feel it was a good Congress?
In what way?
In lots of ways. We had lots of people here. We got lots of things done. I'm exhausted, but satisfied. And I just had a great lobby house.
The lobby hunt, was it unusual for you?
Not unusual, but it was good. Very free and dancing and all over the place.
Make a lot of money?
Did we make a lot of money? Well, we made about this much money. Here's the cash. And I have plans for it, so. And Melanie's going to help me spend it.
We have a secret getaway plan.
Melanie, how do you feel about the Congress?
It's been a good Congress.
So, caught embezzling funds here.
Yeah.
Something and got it on tape.
It was in my
Hey,
pocket.
catch this, he's putting it in his pocket.
Was this yours?
I don't think that it's a matter really of money for you. No.
Goodbye, one and all.
Okay, yeah.
It's just that easy.
Adieu, farewell, arrivederci, ciao.
Yeah.
Take care,
But it's short and it's, you know, and it's in one spot.
Here.
I'm late. God, you know, it's my first day one meeting. I'm trying to act responsibly, and what happens? I get caught by the bloody paparazzi again. What can one say? It's been the most extraordinary Congress experience of my life. I've undergone a quantum act of growth. I'm deeply grateful to all my brothers and sisters, and I only wish I had more time to share. How was that? Was that okay?
It's beautiful, yes. Beautiful. Run along.
Use it.
Just run up. Rahman. Where are the, where's the round robin?
Rosanna has it.
Has she? It's going to get passed on to somebody. Yeah? Have you seen the round robin?
Tell me what you think of the Congress.
The Congress?
Yes. What happened here today?
I agree with you. I think it's a good thing. I would suggest we have them like regularly, you know, like at least every other year, and maybe in between some local ones, local regional kind of congresses. I really think you should consider it seriously, you know. As a transatlantic visitor.
Do you have any messages to tell the people who might look at this video?
Hello, folks. Yeah, love you all. God bless you. Who's going to be watching it? The evening news?
Maybe everybody in the country.
Everybody, yeah. Well, there you are. I'll come to the next one. Let's have a real Congress next time. All mankind, yeah?
Right.
Right?
Thanks.
Good. And then by that time, Rahman will be ready for the supreme position. The final purification will be over. Yeah. And we shall enter the millennium, God willing. Okay.
Thanks, Muhtar.
I think that's my final word on the subject, Rahman.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you, I enjoyed it.
Who's meeting you at the airport?
Not bad. Yeah. Mommy, the thing is right here.
It is. It's incredible. The whole weekend has been unbelievable. And you have them be so much impaired about this.
Hey, why do you got that?
Yeah, it is.
It does with everybody.
Can you,
Careful, Chuck.
can you tell me who you are and where you're from?
Yes, Steve Melshanker from Subud, St. Louis, which we're trying to turn into a center over the next year. We're a hardy and loyal band of 5 people right now who have all moved there in the last couple of years, and we hope to make it a thriving, important center to Susa.
Good. Can you tell me how you feel about what happened to the Congress this time?
Well, it was a very powerful weekend. We had done a little pre-testing before we came here about what our attitude should be toward the Congress, and we got that instead of all worrying about all of our problems and all the things that we wanted to find out in the material world, we received that it should be a very powerful spiritual experience, and that is exactly what happened. It was a very strong, powerful experience. Not only that, but I really feel that Susa, as a brotherhood, the spiritual strength of the brotherhood has increased so much in the last few years. It's truly a miracle. So, and I'm really glad that I had my family here to share it. My wife Esther was just opened on Saturday, and that was quite a powerful experience for me too, as well as I'm sure for her. And just the changes she's going through in the last 24, 48 hours are just wonderful. So I'd say it was a great weekend.
Are these your kids here?
Yes, this is my eldest, Gene, who's 8 years old. His brother, Michael, who had the chicken pox upon arriving at the Congress. He's 4, and my youngest is Charlie. Look into the camera. This is my youngest, Charlie, who's 2.5.
Somebody won this.
And that's my wife, Esther.
He's got 5,000 pictures of me. People are going to get bored. Come on. Boring face, boring.
I didn't have any space for anymore.
I don't know, but we need our art. Did you get the art stuff that's out there? Did you think Gideon was useful for watching the kids?
We're driving them home.
Subud, Chicago. What else would you like to know?
I'm Lorna Roberts.
Lorna, can you come back? Lorna?
Lorna.
Did you catch her?
How do you feel about what happened at the Congress?
Wonderful. Somebody won it, you guys. So be careful. Well, we don't need our meal tickets anymore.
I've thoroughly enjoyed this Congress. I've thoroughly enjoyed working to make it happen, to help make it happen, and particularly the entertainment. It's been a real joy having all our brothers and sisters here with us. And just saying that brings me tears of joy. And I thank you for coming here.
Thank you very much.
That's somebody else's child.
Marston?
Yes.
You have been elected the Congress chairman for 1989?
Right. Let's see. This is 87. Yeah, right.
What are you going to do in the next couple of years?
Well, first I'm going to create an evaluation form for this Congress, and then we're going to try to implement that as the end of every Congress. We make out an evaluation to try to keep working on making our Congresses better and better. And planning, I know several of us that tested are going to join together as a little committee and work together to make the next Congress better. So that's what we'll be doing.
How do you feel the Congress went this time?
That was fabulous. As someone said, the angels were with us, and they really were. I think we got through a lot of hard areas very well, and I think we moved forward very, it was great. I like what happened.
How do you feel about the future of Subud?
How do I feel about the future of Subud? I feel particularly good after this Congress. I feel, I think we have a lot of hard work to do, mainly just letting people know, like letting our light shine more out in the open. And I think that's once people see it, they're attracted to it.
How is your lobby hunt?
How is my lobby hunt?
Right.
At this time?
Yes, at this time.
I think it's I've tested about that a lot. How is my lobby hunt? Right now, I think it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Did you notice any difference at this Congress as compared to normally?
You mean in terms of the lobby hunt?
Yeah, any
my
changes or anything different?
I think one thing I felt is, and I didn't feel to go to all the Ladihans, one Ladihan in the morning, one Ladihan at night. So I did a Ladihan a day, and that was about as much as I could handle. I didn't do them all. I guess that was one thing I felt. Because after 2 Ladihans last week, and then 1 every day during the Congress, it felt enough to me. So.
Anything you'd like to say to the people who are going to watch this video?
Get involved in Subud, you know, get involved. I'd say it's great working on the committee side and both the Kedgewan and committee side, but get involved. Just make it happen. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
You know, I have a special message to give to you. At the end of my Latihan in the chapel, my feet went up the staircase, and I always liked the picture there, you know, the glass window, but I never saw that there was an inscription on one of the rocks, and it's really there. My eyes opened, and I read, "My peace I give unto you, continue with my love." And I think that's all about our Congress. This weekend was the weekend of Pentecost. Most people didn't realize, but we Christians know that. And it's the second Congress in Chicago where we had Pentecost on the National Congress. And for me, this is the message. We all should continue and spread the message, continue in my love.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My turn.
Yes.
What am I supposed to say?
Okay, say first who you are, where you're from.
Okay. My name is Michael Ulmer from Bloomington, Indiana.
And Michael, I'm told that you were open fairly recently.
Yeah, I was open April 18th this year.
Have you seen a baby cup?
And how does things here feel to you?
Feel a lot different. I mean, it's a new experience, a good experience, and I like it a lot.
Have the Ladihans been good here?
Yeah, they've been great. I've learned a lot about Ladihans. At first, it was slow because I had to adjust to the bigger group, but I gradually got used to it and was able to serve more willingly.
How do you feel about the things that happened at the Congress here?
Some parts I like, some parts I found boring, but I guess that's my age, I don't know. I'm not sure. It was good for the most part, definitely.
Thank you very much, Michael.
Thank you.
Hope to see you soon.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have any messages to give to anybody who might watch this video?
I don't know. I can't think of it. I don't know.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, I'll pay 50 cents. Don't let my wife see this.
Would you rather prefer menthol or a home
This is
flower?
fine. This is fine. No, this would be.
We're fundraising here.
Here's 50 cents.
People in the Northwest are going to watch this video.
I know it. All the people that I told I was quitting smoking for Ramadan.
Put away those funny looking things there.
I just felt a raindrop.
Before you light up, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
You are Marius Harold, right?
Right.
And you are on the Pacific Northwest Committee, and you're the
Vice Chairman.
Vice Chairman.
Right.
How has this position that you have impacted on your vision of the Congress?
My vision of the Congress?
it's made it necessary for me to be involved in committee things at the Congress. And I've had to be attended because I feel responsible to these other people that I'm going back to report to.
Oops. Oh. You know that is a very bad habit. You should give it up.
I don't want to be defiant to the camera, so I can't light up until you turn away. But my wife, if she sees this, I've had it. But it's okay. I mean, I'll take the chance.
Why don't you tear that cigarette up right now?
No.
Tear it in half.
I refuse. I refuse. I'm going to light the cigarette. This is me lighting a cigarette.
And who's this young lady next to you? I'm sure your wife will like to know her too.
A teenager from Chicago.
And what is your name?
Faridah Ramsey.
And what do you think about what happened to the Congress here?
Oh my God. I think I've seen the beginnings of a new era. I think the seeds that have been planted a while ago are starting to sprout, and that we're ready to grow in a new direction. Eventually, every 2 years.
How is your Lottie Hunt here?
Aaron.
I can't find words to describe them. Describe one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Would you say who you are and where you're from?
Rochana Broadnax from Bloomington, Indiana.
And how do you feel about what happened at the Congress?
They don't come with a powder puff and make you look like there's something.
I feel like we've taken several steps forward.
Right.
Somebody forgot their camera.
Anything specific?
And can I be specific?
Yes.
Isn't that specific?
Somebody forgot their camera.
That's as specific as I can be right now.
How has your Lottie Hunt been here?
Do you know whose camera this is?
You can retract it still.
No, but leave it wherever you want. They'll come back.
He said perfect. What he said was perfect. That's what I was just saying.
Well, it's true.
Really, I just can't describe them right now.
Okay. Thank you.
Really special.
Thanks.
Just like this.
Ask Paul what this was like. Ask Paul.
Who?
Our student aide. Ask him what this has been like.
This
He
is
needs
what I
to.
this is my last time.
Oh.
Can I
You're
ask
using
you?
film on me, are you?
Yeah. Can I ask you a couple of questions?
Of course.
How has you're someone who works here at the college?
Yes, I'm the liaison between this group and the college.
And how is this group compared to other groups that have been here?
Well, the schedule, the day was much longer for this group than for many others. But everyone's been very, very, very friendly, so that's a good thing.
Great. Any other comments you'd like to make?
Well, I hope you come back next year.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Sure thing.
I had to get him on camera. He's worked so hard. Come on.
And this is?
Oh, I'm Helena Paul from Seattle Rockmont, as you.
From Seattle Rockmont.
Seattle Rockmont. It's a state of mind. Well, you know that I'm the National Office Secretary, and I've been so thrilled because I actually got to meet all these people that I've been corresponding with, or speaking with, or sending things to. And it's been really wonderful.
How do you feel about the way the Congress progressed?
This is my first Congress I've ever been to. However, Joe Coach, who was the chairman of the Congress, instituted the idea of Robert's Rules of Order and the rule of the Lottie Hunt. And sometimes Joe Coach himself emerged to say something. And it was very interesting, the contrast. I think it went very, very well. And I felt that people went into the Lottie Hunt and out of the Lottie Hunt and right down the middle coming out as themselves. And it was very encouraging to see it. That's what I perceived. I think it went very well.
And how was your lobby hunt here at the Congress?
It was very different. It was much stronger, much more lucid for me. And I felt my brothers and sisters very much. And I felt, even when we weren't doing lobby hunt, that we felt each other too and saw each other and each other. And I'm going to write about it because I have to.
Thank you very much.
Excuse me, I want to apologize to you, Rochman. Someone was interviewing you and I was playing with it, which probably appears on another taper earlier. I was just kidding.
Okay.
I love you. Oh, here's a good one.
I finally figured out my last words.
Okay. Latihan in progress. Fantastic.
That's it.
Is this young man your brother, or who is he?
He's my brother.
Show him your t-shirt. Show him your t-shirt, kid.
I think he's a little bit bashful, huh?
I think he is. I'll stand in front of him.
Hey, come here. Come here.
Not my idea.
Hi, Rockman.
Hi, Halima.
Feeling peaceful?
Yes. Can you talk for a minute?
Yes. I will quote one of the national helpers who said, "This Congress is the era, it begins the new era of willingness and peace."
That's for sure.
Isn't that nice? And let's see.
How do you feel about the Congress in general?
I'd rather talk about the fact that I just met somebody who told me what to do when you're isolated and you want to open people around the area. I just met.
Well, not a specific time, but I would
say her first name, Mrs. Feldman from Chicago. Do you know her?
Feldman, yes.
Feldman.
Simone.
She was telling me about when she went to Hawaii, and she was the first. They were the first Sioux couple in Hawaii, and what it was like. And I've met a lot of people who were the first Sioux couples in different areas. I met Rochana Blonde, and when she went to Sacramento, and what it was like, being isolated.
Okay, well then.
And so I feel one of the things I've gotten from this Congress has been some real. A sense of encouragement about being the only Sioux people in the entire state of Montana. And, you know,
I wish I didn't bring it with me.
Yeah.
If you're interested.
Well, we'll have it.
Yeah. And
we'll have it on this.
I feel very encouraged by the new trustees on the board for Cecilia Dharma, even though we're going to miss Rockman Cantrell more than we can say. It's quiet. Wisdom. But it's very nice that Abraham Spivak and Rochana Blonde tested, thank God. I think Rochana's going to help us out with international projects extraordinarily much, and also with redesigning the Almoners Fund. And that's really work we've got to get done, not to mention all the other normal work that we've got to get done. And so I feel very encouraged for Cecilia Dharma. And the workshop for handicapped children was extraordinarily good for everyone there. There were about, 15 to 18 people there, off and on, sometimes up to 20 probably. And first we started discussing the Mariama Butte Fund for handicapped children, and then we addressed talking about the handicapped children in general, and how to work with them specifically and how to work with them as groups. And we talked to some people in Subud who are parents of handicapped children. And I saw those people talking to each other later, which was really good, and they have lots of ideas to share with each other. And then Viviana Lerma from Mexico responded to a question about touch from the sculptress Lorraine Arden, who's working with art therapy in terms of sculpture, and the importance of the kinesthetic sense of touch in terms of sculpture, and how that can help children who are handicapped, who can't see, for instance, blind children, stuff like that. And then through her work, trying to understand what blind children need from sculptural sense, she has also been thinking a lot about how we're all handicapped in the sense of, everybody's got something they're working on. But that she sees a general sense of handicap on the level of touch. People are not used to touching, and which I agreed with, because in my work on singing. I think that we're all sort of needing to get grounded, and this Congress feels very grounded, like we're all getting back in touch with health. And so then Viviana Lerma finished it all up. She said, well, let's see, Lorraine Arden asked Viviana Lerma if she could teach her massage, and she said, yes, I will right now. So Lorraine was the demonstrator, and so we all had sort of a workshop in how to do the massage that Viviana teaches, which is, of course, it's the best, and it was such a privilege. And I feel that Viviana is a natural teacher through her Latihan, and she was able to show us all how to give a massage, from the Latihan, not necessarily her Latihan, but just the sense of, she explained points, she explained how certain, let's see if I can get this technology straight, certain things relate to other things.
Can you demonstrate on Melanie for me? Just give me a quick...
Okay, for instance, on the back, you always, first thing you do is you always get quiet, and you always ask to relate to the Latihan and the presence of God's love in this exchange. And then she showed the shiatsu very gently on this, in that case, and the pressure depends on the person you're working with, according to the muscular. I noticed that when Viviana worked with Lorraine Arden, she didn't open her eyes, she did her entire face. She did, the thing with her eyes closed. So she was listening to her own sense of it and to what she was getting with her hands from Lorraine. And then after she had done her whole entire face, and she showed us the back, and she showed how you don't press into the I forgot what this is called now. This important thing here. Spinal cord. Remember that? I've been studying the brain now for 3 years. You're the spinal cord? Well, this is when you're given the shiatsu, you don't press the bone itself. What you do is you press it to the meridians, which is in this case the bladder meridian on the other side of the spinal cord. And then, if you just stay very quiet, and then you'll receive what kind of pressure and how much pressure for that particular person. And your thumbs will start to get the muscle structure. And I tell you something, this workshop, I've seen people give workshops that cost $700, $1,500, and the workshop that she gave up there, it was there's nothing like it, I don't think, probably.
So how much did that one cost?
Country. That one was the Subud. It had no price to it. It was absolutely the grace of God.
Okay. Thank you.
So I feel real good about this Congress.
Okay.
I think we're all going to get healthy for a couple of years. Bye.
Bye-bye.
See ya. See ya. 4:15, if not before.
Well, just first tell me who you are and where you're from, and just give that background a little bit.
My name is Halima, and I'm from Santa Cruz, and I'm chairman there, and I'm representing the group today for the whole Congress.
How do you feel the Congress went?
I feel like this was the best Congress I have ever attended, and I believe that we are entering a new age in Subud, a time for us to grow. I feel very connected to my brothers and sisters. I believe that we've really been blessed at this Congress, and that now that we've received so much, it's really our duty to follow what we received and to carry it out, carry it forward.
How was your Latihan here?
Strong, but then it was strong before I came here.
Nothing different about it this time?
Not necessarily, just more of the same. Yeah, go on. I can hear Bappa, go on, yeah, go on.
And what do you plan to do when you go back to Santa Cruz?
Within my power, within my capability to really share the content, if I can, of what happened here with the other members, and to hopefully ignite a fire in them to have a wish to serve Subud and to make a deeper commitment to following their own receiving.
I do have, I know what the meaning, I have the meaning they gave me, but I'm interested in the name itself, where that
there are several possibilities. The Arabic alphabet, of course, is its own script. And there's a range of sounds, many of which don't occur in other languages. Or some of them may occur in English, but not in Indonesian. So when the Indonesians have a band of origin, they generally just treat it, they take it to the closest sound that they know. And that may obscure the distinction that exists in Arabic, in which you would see if you saw it in the Arabic script. Like for instance, actually the Malay Indonesian doesn't have a sh sound even, just if you sometimes hear mother talking, you see that it's like a sort of shh. It's not really, it's not really part of the normal repertoire of that language family. The sh. It's a foreign sound.
Like in Vietnamese, when the Vietnamese visited us, and their little boy was named Quang, and I'd say Quang, and they'd say no. And then I'd say Quang, and they'd say no, it's Quang. And it was, it was in between Quang and Quang, and I couldn't say it.
But, to us that wouldn't make any difference, but to them it maybe even alters the meaning or something. They probably say confusion.
And then they have an NG sound too, don't they? That's a little distinctive from ours, or something like that. Is it Vietnamese?
The Vietnamese language is like a song.
I believe they have even more tones than the Chinese. You have to, whereas we have a tone that goes over the whole sentence, you have to get the right tone on each word. But the thing I was just explaining that this is just one instance, but the fact that the sh sound is not really native to Indonesian means that the more educated, learned people who cultivate those special sounds.
Oh, thank you.
This is the room where we had the latihan. Fairly ornate, very old building. Paneled walls. This is the outside of the building. Nice little courtyard where people had conversations.
What a goofball. Does it say haha? Yeah. No, it just no one said dads were smart. Is that what it says? What a riot. God, I get no mail except inter-campus.
These are the grounds, Lake Forest College, Chicago.
So what, you don't have an overview?
No, it's just been,
Two Subud ladies walking by.
I beg your pardon? You got it again. Did he interview you?
And these are the grounds of Lake Forest College. Where we had the Congress. This building here is a chapel. It's where the ladies had their latihans. Also, very old building. Very ornate. The building is in the distance, is one of the buildings where we had the different workshops. Down this path and around the corner is where the Congress sessions took place. There's another Subud fellow walking by. Congress is over now. People are getting ready to leave after having a fairly wonderful experience here.
What are you going to do?
Would you like to say who you are and where you're from?
I'm Elia Sherwans from Chicago.
And how do you feel about the way the Congress went?
I was real pleased. I was pleased with the feeling of it. I didn't attend all the controversial sessions, so I won't comment on that. But I really appreciated it. It was really great.
How was your lobby hunt?
Good. I got a lot out of it. A lot that didn't happen in the group happened here, so it was really beneficial.
Yeah. A lot of people have said that. Do you have any messages for the people who might watch this video?
It's a good idea to make the effort to come to these big gatherings where you can do Latihan with more people and get to know the Brotherhood. It makes you feel good. I feel like a support from everybody, even though they're all living farther away. Yeah, I hope it stays with me.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hope to see you the next Congress.
I plan to even bring my children to the next Congress. That's one of the things I want to deal with, is the children and bringing them into all this wonderful feeling. I think it's important.
Thank you. Thank you.
I had to not pay any attention to it, and my mind would start arguing with itself about why was I going? I couldn't get anything. I mean, who was I to be, going there and trying to get, a receiving from God when obviously someone like me, etc., bang, bang. And I don't know what characteristic within me saved me, but I would just literally, it was like walking through a crowd of people banging on you and just simply not paying attention and just continuing on your way. And that's the way I had to do it for maybe 3.5 years. Every time I would go. And maybe something similar to that is going on with me.
And then because, of course, she was young.
Yes. Good seeing you.
Oh, thank you very much, son. God bless you.
Lots of love.
You too. You too.
It's so good there are no goodbyes. We always meet again.
So auf Wiedersehen is right, huh?
Auf Wiedersehen
Yes.
is fine. Till we meet upstairs again.
Good.
Up there.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And God bless you all.
You too. God bless you too. Bye. You too.
Love to the coast.
Sometimes I forget
Just take pictures of people that are smoking.
Hi, Abraham.
How are you doing, Rahman?
Okay.
Great.
This is Abraham Spivak from the Sacramento group. He has been serving on the California Regional Committee for quite a while now.
2 years, almost at the end of our 2-year term.
And just at this Congress, you've been tested and voted in as a trustee of Shajila Dharma. Is that correct?
Yes. And I have Rahman Cantrell to thank for that because he nominated me, and when he did, it was like a little bell going off in me. Oh yeah. So it was quite a nice thing to be able to test for that, and to be a Sushila Dharma trustee now means I'll have a chance to try to do something, and I'd really like to try.
Yeah. Abraham, how do you feel the Congress has gone? What are your feelings about what happened here?
It was a beautiful Congress, and probably the same words are going to be used over and over again by people. I felt there was a real wonderful flow of feeling and brotherhood, and that is so important that we remember each other as brother and sister, more important and more paramount than the business we handle. and that a good deal of some of our decisions came from that feeling of brotherhood, so that we were able to reach agreements in a very harmonious and satisfied way, rather than going in a direction which may have meant some people were dissatisfied or disappointed. We didn't have to do that, which was nice.
How was your Latihan here?
The Latihan was super, and I was so thankful that we had so many scheduled. And whereas I generally in Latihan don't sing with a completely and totally open voice, nice and robust, with a melody that I don't even have to think about, it just comes out. That's what my Latihan was like here. Just a great singing to Allah, you know. It just was wonderful. I could just, you know, surrender to my Latihan and listen. It was very enjoyable. It was wonderful.
After experiencing the Congress, how do you feel about the future of Subud?
Anybody need some?
The connections and the bonds we experienced. Now, I met several people, quite a few people, as a matter of fact, that I didn't really know or didn't know well, and had a really wonderful chance to experience their feelings and to feel very close to them, and that meant a lot to me. But I still feel like we have some very important work up ahead to do, somehow to create an organization in the United States that really expresses our brotherhood with very clear lines of communication that are easily reached by the members, so the members can be in touch with whatever activity they feel they should contribute to, and should be able to reach those people on the various committees who are serving them, to let them know how they feel about what is, you know, going on in the Brotherhood, so the committees will be in touch with the members' feelings. And I really think we can create an organization like that. If we think of the Brotherhood when we're doing that, I think we'll come out okay. It was a wonderful Congress, Rahman. Wonderful seeing you.
I know, we saw him.
Oh, Rahman and I had a very delightful experience, completely unexpected. Last night we were walking together outside in the campus grounds at around 1 in the morning. It was a lovely night. The moon was out, very quiet and serene, expanses of grass, very tall old trees. We walked to the chapel and through a colonnaded area to a room, a very old-looking room with wood paneling, and there were shields on the wall, very small ones, with the honors lists of the people who made the top grades printed on these shields, and they went back to 1910. And while we were looking at those shields and kind of feeling the atmosphere of this old kind of old-fashioned room with the wainscoting and wood paneling, the security officer walked in, and you could feel right away that, you know, here were a couple of people who weren't supposed to be there, and he wasn't sure what we were up to. But we got into a very pleasant conversation with him, and then he realized that we were very interested in the college, and so he said, you know, I'm so proud of this college, I'd like to tell you something about it. And we were very happy to listen. There's about 1,200 students here, and the ratio with faculty to students, 13 students to 1 faculty, and it's about 207 or so acres, a very large campus. And then he said, would you like to see it? Because we said we've been so busy we haven't had a chance to look around. And he took us in his patrol car and drove us around and showed us the various buildings and told us something about when they were built, and showed us the old, beautiful Victorian houses where the senior faculty live and where the president lives. All in all, it was a great tour, something Rahman and I, had no idea we were going to experience. It was wonderful. One of those memorable moments that sometimes occurs, just out of the blue.
I get too self-conscious.
Want to go outside?
Most of those people
Are you serious?
It's a little quieter outside. hard to talk with the conversation.
Are you going to talk, or am I just going to talk?
Well, I'm going to ask you questions.
Okay, good.
Keep tripping over me.
Right under a tree.
Well, we've changed our location here, as you can see, and we are having an interview here with
Sarah Clark from Subud, Denver.
Yeah. Sarah, how do you feel about what has happened here at the Congress?
I feel wonderful about it, actually. I feel that the Congress in itself was, what I saw of it as a generality, was a real success. And for me it was personal success. Although success is kind of a judgment word, it was just like a gift more, really.
Do you have any special things or special feelings that happened to you here at the Congress that you want to share with us?
Too numerous to mention. I came with sort of this ordinary feeling, like I was just coming to something that was like a business meeting, and I just kept getting gifts all weekend, like bouquets given to me, and it was real wonderful. I feel sort of full up to about here. There's a room for maybe a little bit more, but not much.
How was your lottie hunt here?
Well, there were a lot of them, and it was good. It was it changed a lot. It started out like my regular lottie hunt, and then this last night I was so tired and I was so hungry, and I don't seem to be able to receive when I'm hungry, and I felt all closed up, but then it came back again today. It's real nice. But it's a little different when you're I got involved in some helper things today, and that I think changes things.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
I should interview you back.
How do you feel about the future of Subud?
I feel really a lot better about it. In the last 3 or 4 years, I've really felt that I had a really bad attitude towards any kind of committee work or committees, and what the hell have they done for us in the last 5 years? And I felt like the whole thing was drying up. I felt like even the lottie hunt was getting weaker in Denver and everywhere, and I don't feel that way anymore. I feel that it was as if we got our feet on the ground again somehow, and got ourselves oriented in the right direction as a group. You can tell I feel pretty sanguine about it.
Do you have anything that you'd like to say to the people who might watch this video?
Ask God for his blessings.
Thank you.
Okay. Stop now.
Okay. These two ladies look similar to each other. I wonder why.
It's because we're spiritually connected.
Therefore, the similarity increases with time.
So you're sisters, and can you say who you are, please? And where you're from?
I'm Rachel Amos from Boulder, Colorado.
And I'm Sarah Clark from Denver. And now I'm going to go and leave you in his mercy.
Okay. Be merciful.
Rachel, can you tell me how you feel about what happened here at the Congress?
I feel quite good about what happened, although I'm not sure, what it was. But I think I started feeling good about it when I saw Evan's face. That was one of the points at which I knew I was starting to feel good about it when he was nominated. And I feel personally good about it too, though. It's just very enjoyable.
Have there been any particular things that you'd like to share with us?
No, I don't think of anything that was that individually that special, but it's just been very enjoyable. Nothing occurs to me, probably because I'm being put on the spot.
How was your Ladihan here at the Congress?
The first Ladihan I did was the best.
Was it different from your normal Ladihan?
No, not basically, but it had some things in it that were different, that went farther, but it wasn't different in general, the way it went, or generally what happened.
Do you have anything that you'd like to share with anybody who might watch this video?
Yeah, because they probably didn't come to the Congress. They should come to the next one.
I think it's a good experience.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. See you at the next Congress.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah, one name will nail it down.
Whoever called in, did she give a name?
No, because there's shifts going, so somebody did it for us. And they assigned us to different times. Okay, we're 5 people, so I think we're, okay, let's go.
We're the 5 people.
Yeah.
Or you're not going with us?
No, I'm going with the next group. What time? You're supposed to fly.
Oh, well.
You're not going to...
Tonight for the interview?
Oh.